Hello again, my name's Nick and you're joining me on my 19th ever video diary following the Alevere weight loss program. It's a rapid weight loss program. I did it really successfully last year. I spent 3 months from September to December last year and I lost just over 3 stone. Now that was 9 months ago when I finished the diet. Since then, I put back on 2 stone. So I was almost on my way back to being my start weight and I decided to rein it back in and get back on the program. Today, I have had 1 week back on the program. I'm on my restart and I am delighted to say that Alevere has delivered again this week. This week has been my record week ever on Alevere. I clearly needed to get back on the program. In 7 days, I have lost 9 pounds. It's incredible. So I started 14 stone 11 when I restarted. You have to remember, back in the day, I used to be 18 stone, yeah? When I started this diet, I can't remember the exact numbers. When I started last year, I needed to lose 3 stone. This time it's a couple of stone, yeah, to get me within a healthy BMI. That's my target. So 14 stone 11 this time last week. That's 93.9 kilograms. Today I'm 14 stone 2 pounds, 89.8 kilograms. I've lost 9 pounds in a week. That's 4.1 kilograms. I just can't believe it. And I'm delighted I've had a good result because I won't lie to you, restarts, they're hard. They're harder than when you start the first time. When you start the first time, you don't know the diet. You're full of the anticipation of what the different sachets are going to taste like and how you're going to be able to manipulate the diet and the sachets to lead as normal a life as possible. Well, I know the diet inside out. They've added like 3 new sachets to the list this year, but I'm just sticking with what I know and what I like. I know it keeps me filled up and I know I can sustain myself on 3 months on what I'm doing. So I'm just going to keep going. And my favorites are strawberry milkshake, caramel milkshake, the hot chocolate sachet made as a milkshake. I like the pancakes. I have them with strawberries. You have to see my previous videos to how I do those. I love the cheese omelette every morning for breakfast with mushrooms. And every evening is my main meal. I'm about to have it when I finish doing this. I have a vegetable stir fry. And typically that's 50 grams of carrots, 50 grams of onions off the limited list. And I'll have with that some green pepper, a whole courgette all chopped up. I use that 1 cal spray. I've worked out that I can have 25 sprays per day. So I use, that's within the allowance. So I use 5 for breakfast, 5 for lunch, and then I save 15 for evening. So the evening meal, I don't have a sachet. I just have a lovely big stir fry. And also the hazelnut chocolate bars are amazing. I don't have those every day. They're really good. Oh, and the other thing I should put, I'm all over the place with this. I'm trying to keep them shorter. I tried, one of the new sachets is mint chocolate. It's a hot chocolate, but I tried making it like a shake because I like the cold hot chocolate and I thought it was awesome. It's the perfect thing, you know, when you're at the end of the day, you're knackered and on this diet, all you want to do is lay out on the sofa and watch a bit of telly. Nice mint like chocolate milk shakey thing, or maybe as it gets into winter I might have it as a hot chocolate while I watch a bit of telly with the wife. Brilliant, just what you want. So to run through my regime, I've got some awesome stats to share with you in a minute, but to run through my regime as it stands, I've given you a little taste of it, but basically it is every morning without fail I will have that omelette for breakfast, which is the cheese omelette made up with 2 egg whites, made up with black pepper and mushrooms. I find that really filling. Have that with a black coffee. By the time you've had that, the digestion plus little sachets, and you've had the you know, a glass of water with it, and you've had your potassium and your quinton and all the stuff that goes with it, you are stuffed basically. On this diet, a few days in, you are stuffed by that. And then mid-morning, I normally have a satsuma. And if I'm feeling hungry, if I've had to work a lot, I'll have a strawberry milkshake instead. Then come lunchtime, if I'm at home, I'll have a pancake with 50 grams of strawberries chopped onto it, and I use some of that sugary dusting. And if that's no good, then again I'll just have one of my shakes while I'm out and about, or a bar if it's a special thing and I feel I really deserve it. Mid-afternoon, satsuma if I hadn't had it that morning. If not, it's normally a caramel milkshake or a coconut milkshake. Then dinner is the stir fry, and then last of all, my chocolate milkshake or mint chocolate milkshake before bed. That's how my day pans out, and it's been okay. I'm not going to lie to you. Restarting, you forget just how lightheaded you are for the first couple of weeks, you know. And I've had to do quite a lot of work the last week, and yeah, I felt quite spaced out. I'm not going to lie to you. I probably exerted too much energy for the diet. But maybe that's why I got 9 pounds this week. You know, I think when I started it last time, I got 7 pounds and I was blown away by that. But this is the record of my lifetime. It's absolutely incredible. I've never lost that much weight in a week. We know what that means. That means next week I'm bound to have pretty low weight loss, or fingers crossed not. But these are the other mind-blowing stats, yeah? In a week, I've lost 3 centimeters. That's over an inch off my tummy circumference, yeah? My chest, the old moobs, have decreased by 8 centimeters. I mean, that's huge. Sure, since I last did this video, I've had 2 LPG treatments, 2 ultrasound treatments. I've had all of the Alevere treatments, yeah, and it was a noticeable difference after that first session last week. My skin was instantly tighter. Jumpers that I'd been kind of pushing along the wardrobe because they were just a bit tight, all of a sudden hung properly again. They were better. And I really believe that treatment makes a massive difference. Without that treatment, you're simply not tightening your skin. You're not releasing that subcutaneous fat, the energy stored within that fat, to enable your body to you know, process it as energy much easier through ketosis. So that, it seems to work for me, yeah? That's the theory of how it works, and I actually believe in it. My thighs, each side, have dropped by 4 centimeters. I mean, I was obviously carrying a lot of kind of temporary blubber, you know what I mean? A lot of hydration, but I can't believe it's hydration because I've never drunk so much water. I'm drinking 2 to 4 litres of water a day, you know? I've never drunk some more, and my dinner's a milkshake, so I couldn't be drinking more now. Neck has dropped by 1 centimetre. My bum has gone down by 2 centimetres. I mean, I'll be interested to see this video compared to last week's to see if there's already a noticeable difference, because I can tell you now, even though I'm wearing the same clothes, I have been wearing stuff that I wasn't able to wear. So whether or not your body has some form of memory of how thin it got and the weight that you put on is more kind of temporary, I don't know the science behind that. But when you put on weight long term and you build and you build and you build and you store that weight for like 2 or 3 years, I think it's a lot harder to lose than when it's a kind of a recent gain and then you're blitzing it off again. There's no science behind that. That's just my personal experience. Other amazing stats in the last week. My BMI this time last week was 26.6. Yeah, it's a good BMI, really, considering my track record. Now I'm 25.5. Yeah, my fat mass has gone from 25.5 last week. Remember, fat mass, I've got those digital scales that send like an electric current through you, painlessly I should add, but work out how much of you is fat and how much is muscle. I've gone from 25.5 to 23.5%. It's a different measure to BMI, but in 1 week, that is amazing. Pretty happy with that. So those of you who joined me along with the diet for the first time, or have picked up my video diaries along the way, and maybe, well, let's face it, we're foodies. It may well happen, yeah. However G'd up and however positive you are about a diet, there is a chance, and it took a good 3 months post-diet for me to fall back into just some of my old habits. And when I fell into those habits, yeah, I was putting on a stone approximately every 3 months. So that's, for me, when I'm being naughty, and I wasn't, you know, I was trying to avoid really naughty stuff, but when I think back, I was being naughty, yeah. I was going, you know, going for it on the buffets, and we ate out a lot, and Pizza Hut, whatever I wanted I had, yeah. And I was putting on a stone every 3 months. So I was at the clinic today and I said to them, look, you've got to keep better tabs on me. And they said, Nick, it's simple. We offer it to you. All you need to do is come in once a month, once every 6 weeks. We will weigh you, we will chat to you. If you need to go back onto stage 3, we can do it. Nip it in the bud. Don't wait 3 months to gain a stone. Wait 3 weeks and or 6 weeks, and we'll review you. And if you've got to lose half a stone, that's a lot less daunting than 2 stone, which is what I'm facing now. But I still think I can do it. What I'm aiming to do, and this is a tall order. I'm aiming to definitely clear a stone and maybe a stone and a half in 5 to 6 weeks. Now I'm going to have some really good results, and as you know from my last diaries, I don't cheat. I follow it to the line because it's expensive, and I want the results, and I want to live my life like this as little as possible. I just want to get back, not to normal stuff in my face with stuff, but move on and find that positivity I had again after the last cycle on Alevere, because I can tell you, I felt amazing. I've said that time and time again. I felt like I was in my early 20s, half my age. I'm 40 now, yeah? So I just felt amazing. That's because I've carried weight all my life. So being able to walk and run and ski and just do things I would normally never do. But ultimately, for one excuse or another, of course, I fell back into my old habits. And now I am paying the price. Because, yeah, it's hard watching the kids eating their crisps and sitting with my wife and having a normal, spag bowl while I'm there with a bowl of veg. But I like the veg. I like the veg, and it's worth it. No pain, no gain. Bad stuff. This week I have been a bit grumpy. I don't think my wife would divorce me, but I have been, should we say, a little short-tempered, perhaps a little less tolerant than normal. I've tried not to be like that around the kids at all, but I don't know, just silly things like if I'm trying to cook stuff and she comes into the kitchen, I want her out the kitchen pretty damn quick because I'm starving and I'm trying to make something and can't get to the cupboards because people are in the way. Normally that stuff doesn't bother me, but on Alevere it does. So I've been grumpy. Also, and I mentioned this before, today in the shower and yesterday, noticing just washing my hair, yeah, I take my hand out and I notice, hairs on my hands, yeah, so, well, not hairs on my hand, that'd be pretty freaky, but I am losing a few hairs again. Last time, it wasn't really noticeable. I lost a bit of hair, and then it plateaued, and then it just regrew once I was off the diet. I didn't get bald patches or anything, but it's part of the diet. When you're pushing your body to these limits, I think you've got to expect a few side effects, and that's the only obvious side effect I see is a tiny, tiny amount of hair loss. Don't let it freak you out. We're talking maybe 5 to 10 hairs a day, I notice, and it was never an issue before. I didn't have to change my haircut or anything. Sleeping, have found, certainly since the restart, I've definitely found the restart harder. I've been falling asleep a lot later, getting up a lot earlier, but that's probably a mix of all the stuff that you're taking, all of the supplements, and I don't know what's in the shakes, whether there's caffeine in the shakes. I actually don't know. I doubt it. I'm sure they'd tell you if there was. I just don't know. So yeah, a bit of that. The Quinton, hard to get back on that. Obviously that's the miracle stuff that gives you all your electrolytes and trace minerals and whatever else. But yeah, it does taste disgusting. You've got to down it like a tequila shot, basically, because you ain't going to want to sip that drink. I can tell you that. It is pretty grim. But here I am. I'm a week in. I'm living off of 5 sachets of food a day and a bowl of vegetables, and a bowl of limited vegetables. And I still make vague sense, I hope. I'm still able to work. I'm still able to meet clients and reply to emails and take phone calls and sound relatively normal, I hope. So yeah, as a diet, if you're worried about, will I be able to go to work? Will I be able to carry on as normal? Yeah, you will. The only thing I will say is if you're going to start burning masses of energy, if you want to try and exercise on this, you will wipe yourself out, okay? You cannot. I went for a walk in the woods with the kids at the weekend, and after like 20 minutes of walking, I thought if I do another 20 minutes, I'm going to literally black out. So I just went back to the car and missed the second half of the walk. But there you go. That's it. I know what Alevere is about, and I do know the further you go into it, the easier it gets. I know week 3 is the magic week. Week 3 is when all of a sudden you're in ketosis, you're used to it, you're into your groove, into the regime, you've forgotten what McDonald's tastes like or all the lovely naughty things, and you just kind of glide through, and that's when you're getting 2 to 4 pounds of weight loss a week, and you just kind of ride it through, and before you know it, you're at the end, you've lost the weight, and you're moving on to stabilization. So yes, it's harder restarting. I ain't going to lie to you, but it still works. It still works. and I'm not too grumpy. I'm probably exaggerating. So that's it from me this week. I am going to try and keep it short. I bet it's still 10 minutes anyway. And I will see you again next week. Do keep up with the comments. If you're restarting, let me know how you're getting on. If you are just starting, again, stay in touch. It's just great to hear there's other people out there doing the same thing. And yeah, thanks as always for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.